So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit chilly here in Nairobi, and hopefully where you are, it's a bit better anyway. But thank you so much for joining today's class. We appreciate your presence in this session. And before we even get started on our conversation, my name is Winnie. I am the lead trainer for this session, and this session has been brought to you by Africa118 in partnership with Google Digital Skills for Africa. My moderator it will be Brian. So if you have any questions, comments, you'll be in the comment section just to respond to that as well. So today we have a very exciting session. So let in your friends come and join in, and we're going to just learn how do you use marketing tools and social media to grow your business online. And we'll be showcasing some awesome content for you just to go and work with after today's class. Like I said, my moderator is Brad. If you have any questions or comments, you can put it in the comment section, and he will be able to respond even as they come through. All right, so let us get started. Let me know where you are joining from and the name of your business in the comment section. Yeah, so let me know your name and the name of your business so that I know who am I talking to this blessed afternoon. All right, so just straight into the content. And my main agenda for today's class, I'll just be talking about how do you plan your digital marketing strategy, how do you leverage your social media channels, and a bit of email marketing. I know we've had a conversation on the Google Business Profile, so I won't be taking much time over there. So before we proceed into the class, let me just um, bring you up to speed that we have a free bootcamp available from Google. So if you are a small business and you think you are ready to scale and you'd want to participate in the free bootcamp available from Google, my moderator will be sharing with you the sign up to that. Um, so that you can sign into it and be able to participate in the bootcamp. Yeah, so it's an exciting bootcamp, and I would encourage all of us to participate in it. Remember, it's a week-long bootcamp, and you're going to learn everything business, from business strategy to funding to financing to pitching to digital marketing. So it's an all-inclusive week-long bootcamp, and I invite us to sign up to it. All right. So just to get us started to our conversation for the date, I can see, yes, you tuned in from Nairobi, Francis. Thank you so much from Holy Land Excursions, Tours and Travel. Yeah, Jamila, yes, you are from Testbed Sources. And then we have Concrete Hub from Nanyuki. So thank you so much for all those who have joined. It's good to see you all again in today's class. So just talk to my moderator in the comment section, and even as we proceed with the class. So I'll turn my direction to the agenda of our today's class. Just a moment. All right. The topic of our discussion today. All right, so let me just put up in the screen so that all of you can be able to see that. So, how do you plan your digital marketing strategy so far? And I would wish to hear from us. So, even as I begin at the class, let me just throw a question to you so far. What type of marketing have you used previously? Let us just get started. Let me hear from you. I can see we have Pamela from Palm Nails, Nairobi. Thank you, Pamela, for joining the session. So, how currently do you market Palm Nails? A Concrete Hub, how do you market Concrete Hub? Testbed Sources, how do you market it so far? And Francis from Holy Land Excursion Tours and Travel, how do you currently market your product. So let me just hear your responses coming through. Once I have two responses, I'll be able to proceed with the class. So let's see. Let me hear. Yes, absolutely good to have you all who have joined in the class. So, how do you currently market your products or your service? Let me hear from you. Which media have you used? Okay, let's see. So I'm waiting. As I see, we have FarmTech, Java Nodor from FarmTech Machine Solutions. Welcome in today's class. So, Javan, how do you currently market FarmTech Machine Solutions? Which media do you use? Which tools? Largely on IG, all right. So you have most of your energy on IG. Thank you so much for that, Maina. So let us proceed with the class. So even before we get to everything digital, it's also important to make sure we also are aware of other traditional ways of marketing. So part of that is the newspaper. And back in the days, newspaper was really the in deal. So if you didn't have your business on newspaper, no one knew about it. So we have magazines. I remember when the likes of parents. So every month you'd always look out for the parents magazine to just see a bit of businesses in there. We have radio, we have TV as well. We have billboards, yes. So billboards is still a big deal, even in today's age. Um, so generally you just place it at a fee, probably depending on the size of your advertising, and that will be published. Remember, we especially with billboards, we are attaching into smart billboards. I don't know if you guys remember this time last year. Actually, yeah, last year, where Safaricom championed smart billboard. So this billboard would be once your car would approach close to where it was able to know like what is the model of your car, and it will also able to know if you are a he or she, and it will be able to talk to you. So that is how also billboard is trying to transition from the normal billboards. And then we have digital marketing. So digital marketing is any form of advertising or marketing on the web. So this is all inclusive. It includes emails, social media posts. We have paid advertisements on search engines. So if you look on your screen like this one here, this is an example of an ad. Yes, this here also, this is a video ad as well. This is a display ad as well. So just to give you a bit of clues. So search ads, this one is a search ad. So you see somebody just goes to the internet to search for something, and they are able to see an advertisement of that product online. Video, an example of good video advertising is usually those moving advertisements, especially on YouTube. So you want to watch over a song, you want to um, probably just watch a documentary or so, and then an advertisement pops up. So that's an example of a video ad. A display ad, it could be, let's say you are looking into a website, you just want to click on a website, and then you see an advertising popping up. That's also an example of a digital marketing advertise. So moving on to the comparison between traditional and digital, and for traditional, for example, I could say it's costly in terms of, let's say, how much does it cost for a billboard in Nairobi? I'm not sure about that. So if you are aware of how much it costs to have a billboard and for how long, please put that in the comment section, and I'll be able to also just look at that. Also remember, billboards are usually one way. So I'm sure, especially on the major highways, especially during right now the political season, there are so many billboards for our favorite politicians. So that's an example. So it's one way. So you are only being able to see what they are putting out there, but you can't give feedback on it. And also on billboard, we have short-term results. For example, once the billboard comes down, then that's the end of it. And it's hard to measure, like how many people will you say passed by Thika Superhighway, or how many people passed by, for example, Wayaki Ways, for you to say, okay, this number of people are able to see my advertising. So it's not, and also another thing with traditional marketing is permanent, it's tangible, like you can see the particular advertising. In comparison to digital marketing is low cost. Like you can be able to run an advertisement on Facebook even for as low as 500 bob. Yeah. So you don't need a large budget to even do advertising. It's interactive and engaging. How? Like for example, if you run a boost your post on Facebook, people can be able to give you comments, feedbacks. Yeah, you can be able to also know that as well. It also has a high return on investment. For example, if you choose to decide to use Google Ads, for example, you'll only be able, and you use search, so you'll only be able to pay for the people who have actually clicked on that site. So even though they have seen, you'll only be able to pay for the people who have clicked. Yes, so people will see your advertisement, but the ones who have clicked are the ones you pay for. It's easy to measure because you can be able to tell how many people saw your advertising and what did they do after seeing your advertising. And also, it spreads very fast and wide. Remember, right now you can reach people from anywhere in the world just from the comfort of your home. So, just turning our heads to the different types of advertising, for example. So, we have search engine marketing. So, this is where you are paying for advertising to appear on search engine. Examples are the likes of Google Ads. That's an example of an SEM. Then we have social media marketing, SMM. So, this one you're using your social traffics social networks rather, to gain traffic, to gain attention, to reach to new people. We have display marketing. Display marketing is online advertising on multiple websites across the internet. So you can decide you want to buy advertising space, let's say even in standard digital. So you're advertising to appear on that page so that everyone who comes to read news on standard digital, they're able to see your business. We have content marketing, and this is my um, bit that I like the most. So here you're creating and sharing different kinds of content to your audience to drive traffic and attention. So the kind of content could be a blog post. So you could write a blog post, you could do videos, you could have guides, probably draw an infographic, yeah, just to drive attention and traffic. Then we have email marketing. So email marketing is where you collect and you use email addresses to communicate with your users. So these are the different types of digital marketing. So you could try to use either of this just to put your business out there. So even as, let's say, on social media, no, social media is big with content marketing. Yes, but then there are also other ways of marketing, such as display marketing, email marketing, and what have you. So that's a bit to look at statistics. Why is it important for us to reach the right people? And my focus here is, for example, Google Ads. So this is where somebody is looking for something, or where to go, or what to buy, and then an advertising appears when the customer search for businesses like yours. So the beauty of Google Ads, you can run them and stop your advertisement at any time as you wish. So you can run for 1 week, and if you see probably I want to take a break, you can take a break, and then you can continue later. Remember, you only pay for the results. For example, clicks to your website, calls to your business. So if you have decided that you only want to pay for calls to your business, you will only pay for that advertising once somebody places a call to your business. So even if they see the advertisement and they don't place a call, you will not be charged. Remember, 87.3% of searches are conducted on Google. I know majority of us use the Google search engine to search for things. Probably just a few would use the Bing and other outlets, but Google is like our big brother who seems to know everything that we need. Unfortunately, for the good and the bad, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So most 83.7% of searches are done on Google. So you want to capitalize on the people who come online. And 63% of that are people who click on an ad. So there's a 63% success chance for somebody to click on an advertising. So where do we begin when it comes to Google Ads, for example? So you just create and sign into a Google account. You go to the campaigns, you select a new campaign, then you set it up. Once you set it up, remember you need to remember your goal. What is your goal? Which kind of conversion do you want? Do you want website visits? Do you want clicks? Do you want calls? What is your goal? Decide where you want to advertise. So this will be depending. Do you want to advertise, let's say, to Nairobi, Kisumu, and Mombasa? You do not want to advertise to Kenya. Do you want to advertise to um, um, I'm looking for a city in the UK, to London, for example? Then create your message. So make sure as you're creating your message, uh, your copy, let me just say your copy, while you are creating that, very, very important to make sure that it's catching and it communicates completely. You can see on your screen, for example, so if you're offering, let's say, friendly haircuts, this is Charlie's Salon, they're offering friendly haircuts. So they have decided to use that as the headline of their advertising. And then you set your budget cap, and then you decide you go live. Yes, it's easy peasy like that. All right, so just moving on to just getting started on this advertising is using Google Ads, for example. Like I said, it's very, very important to make sure you know your goal. Like I said, is it visits to your store? If you want visits to your store, let's say drive people to your website. Do you want calls to your business? So for you, you decide, or do you want to just create brand awareness? If you have a new product, you just want to create brand awareness about it. So just the number of views and what an important to you, because you're creating awareness. So very, very important to make sure you design your goal. So that means even that is why when we reach out to you to do your Google advertisements, we normally ask you, like for example, where do you want your advertisements to go? Probably what is your goal? Yes, we need to understand your business so that you know what is important to you. So make sure when you get that call, please receive it and be open about it, because we want to run the Google Ads based on what is important to you as the business person. All right. I can see people are sharing with us. Billboards 150. So for how long? Is it a month? Yeah, I know. Especially, yeah, absolutely, Brian. Billboards can go as expensive as 500K, especially depending on where they are located. So, for example, if you have a billboard, let's say that it's located in a major highway in a strategic position, you pay more. So it's very, very dependent also on the uh, location. Absolutely, Pamela. It's dependent on location. Where is this billboard located? So, hi Gladys, good to see you. Welcome back. And Joki from Cluster Foundation, you are all ears. Absolutely, thank you so much. And Joe from Wachaka Group Limited, hi to you. I can see we have dial apart. Thank you guys so much for joining today's class. I hope you enjoy it just as much as I do. And also, yeah, absolutely, the duration of the billboard is also very, very important. It will determine the budget. Remember, in all your marketing conversations, is important to know what works for your business. So you can still do a mix of both the traditional and the digital marketing as well. So just look for once you're creating your digital marketing strategy, or once you're creating your marketing strategy, you incorporate which media you want to use for the digital and which medias do you want to use for the offline. All right, so thank you so much for that. Yes, we are back to goals when it comes to uh, doing Google Ads. Okay, and then decide where you want to advertise. Remember, it's also very, very important as you are deciding where to advertise to make sure you do not waste your budget. How, for example? So let's say I do sell leather products, for example. So in my head, I assume that everyone in Kenya would want to buy leather products. That is my assumption. So everyone in Kenya would want to buy leather products. But let's say my budget for the advertising is 100 USD. So how do I maximize to make sure I have the best impact? That is where now you come in with other tools that we have talked about in this program, such as Google Trends. So go and use Google Trends to determine where do you have most traffic. If you find out that it is Nairobi, for example, let me just do that practically, really, so that all of us have a clue of what I'm talking about. Let me just share my screen, stop sharing my screen, and share that again. So Google Trends. So just a bit of time and for it to load so that we do this practically. Yeah. So I'll share my screen again, once again. So I have said I am a business that makes leather products. So I make leather bags. I make so in the leather bags I have the women leather bags. I have the laptop bags. I have the tote bags, and then probably I also make so let's say leather bags. So we are searching on Google Trends. Remember, I have chosen here Kenya. So I've chosen here Kenya. Then I want to see how that trend looks like. If you look down here, you'll be able to see the things that are trending today. Wahoo, Dr. Strange, Green Park Terminus, and I'm sure you already know what's happening with the Green Park Terminus. So I won't go into that. All right, so let me search for leather bags. Okay, let's see. So now I want to compare the search. So here, now that I've chosen Kenya, worldwide, let me narrow down my search to cities. So I will, well, if you want to search to cities, use the daily trends. But anyway, so our categories here: beauty, finance, drinks. So this one is when you're doing the international. Yeah, here we have city here. So you can see if I am selling leather bags, all the traffic seems to be coming from Nairobi. That's where you can see here, it's saying Nairobi, 100% is coming from Nairobi. So for me as a business person, since I sell leather bags, I have an assumption that all my clients are all over Kenya. So I will have a tendency to decide that I want to run advertisement to all of Kenya. But now, if I have come here and used tools such as Google Trends, I am realizing no, I need to put more focus on Nairobi and its environs because that is where more people who are looking for leather bags are found. So, well, let's say you do leather laptop bags. So, let's say I make leather laptop bags. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so you can see this one does not have a lot of traffic. So let's compare that with leather dot bags. So if I do make just a minute, I'm sorry about that. That's a leather dot bags. bags. Let's see if we have, if that is, you can see also leather tote bags is not as popular. So you just come and do your search here, and then you can also try to narrow your search to the daily trends. So what do you do? Let's go back to your Google Trends. Let me just search that again. Just go to Google Trends and then come here to daily search trends. Okay, so you can see this is what has been trending today. Then you can change here and put Kenya. That is if your business is, you can see what's trending today so far. Then you can start here what is trending today. See if leather topics is trending today. Okay. You can see it still says Nairobi. Then you can see some related topics. You can see this is the most popular places where people are looking for the leather bags, which is House of Leather and Gifts. So that is the business that seems to people are looking for. Yeah. So that is how you also make searches. So do not assume that all your clients are in a particular city. So if you want to have the best impact, for example, in Google Ads, so I'll just continue with my presentation. You want to narrow down your search, let's say, to cities. That way, it will have more impact rather than if you just choose a generic Kenya. So if you do your search and you find, oh, most of my clients are coming from Mombasa, Nairobi, and let's say Kiambu. So you want to narrow down your marketing advertising to, especially if you're using Google Ads and to those cities. Then over time, if you see the trend is changing, you now also adjust as well based on how your business is growing. Yes, so don't just make an assumption that uh, do not just assume that your business is probably those products are needed countrywide. So that is why we train you on these tools so that you can also leverage on them as well so that you have maximum impact. I know right now your DMSs will be having very busy with you people trying to narrow down your searches and have maximum impact. All right, so back to my presentation. Let me share my screen again. So we've talked about how you determine where you want to advertise, then you create the message, yes, and then finally you set the budget cap. Once you set the budget cap so that it doesn't go above the budget that you have set. Then you go live. As simple as that. So far on Google Ads, before I go down to social media, let me see any questions you have on Google Ads so far. Then I'll narrow down the next bit of this session by looking at the social media bit. So how do you create a plan for your social media campaigns? So I'll be looking at the comment section to see if we have any comments there. All right, so now back to social media. So how do you leverage your social media channels and email marketing? So somebody talks to me about IG. I'm sure we are all conversant with social media channels, and TikTok is also um, giving these other channels a run for the money. If you check the statistics, actually that is the most popular site. It has beaten Facebook and Instagram and YouTube even. Yeah, when it comes to popularity last year. Yeah, so if probably it's a channel that you think would suit your business, it's about time you try. So that by the time maybe TikTok decides they want to start doing advertising on it, you already have a following. All right. So I just want us to run through this and then I'll be showing us a sample social media plan that just to help us to understand fully what we are talking about. So now when it comes to social media, remember social media can help you to generate more sales. This is by reaching to new customers, target, remember on social media you can target demographics, you can build relationships and networks, and it adds value to your brand. How? Like customers can raise complaints, there's a two-way communication between the both of you, and generally just improve your marketing because you're being seen. And like if somebody makes a search on your business, they can be able to see that as well. Also, you can keep an eye on competition, see what your competition is doing, and see what's working for them, and see uh, probably what can you emulate and what probably are the pitfalls you do not want to embrace as well. So moving on to the different kinds of social media, we have paid social media and we have the organic social media. So organic social media, the views, the action, the clicks from the posts are free. Then the content appears only on your profile and in people's feeds, and only your followers and friends of your followers can be able to reach you. When it comes to paid social media, the views, the actions, and the clicks from posts and ads can appear in more places and not necessarily your followers. So one thing I would want to probably just encourage us, yes, it's good for you to do advertising on social media, but even so, do not neglect your organic social media efforts. So yes, you will decide, let me boost or let me do boost my post, that is if you choose, or let me do media buying, for example, on your social media site. But then after, let's say it gives you a bit of traction for some time, but then you are not able to sustain it because you do not post regularly. So you're waiting for the next time you'll have a new product is when you will now decide, oh, let me also boost this one so that I get clientele. It doesn't work like that. You need to build a community. And one way of building your community is make sure that you have content constantly, three times a week, at least at the bare minimum, depending on the industry you are in as well. So do not neglect your organic social media posting and just ignore it and go to paid social media, because after you have completed your ads, these people will want to come back to your page and find information. But if they come back and there's no information, then all the efforts that you did put on your paying social media advertising will go to waste. All right. So now to the exciting bit of this section. So how do you get started on your social media advertising? Remember, the main topic of our conversation today is how do you use social media to grow your business and how do you get your marketing. Very, very important to make sure you understand your target. I've just done a bit of a demo with Google Ads, and you are able to see it's majorly the traffic for the Leatherbags was in Nairobi. So probably if you had thought, okay, maybe Mombasa, yeah, we are not saying this there, but probably you want to maximize on the impact. Very important to know who are your audience, who are they? What are they into? What influences them? When are they usually online and which social media sites do they use? So like for example, you cannot be have this information, and like for example on Facebook sometimes they will limit you, for you to access this information you need to have at least 100 followers. So if your page does not have 100 followers, for example, you not have access to some of these insights. So that is where organic comes in. If you post regularly, of course, it will take time, but your audience will grow. So choose your channels carefully. Okay, depending on your uh, product or your business. So start with one, test it, learn, try another, try different channels, and remember different channels need different strategies. So whatever is working for you on YouTube may not necessarily translate to working on IG. So you need to understand where exactly Because your clientele could be very different. Your clientele on YouTube could be very different from the ones that you attract on IG. So you need to understand that so that you reach out to them differently. All right. And a good example is could be if you are in the real estate industry. Let's say you are a real estate agent. So you have clientele that are, let me call them renters. So people who are looking to rent places, either business places, bed sitters, bedrooms, houses, that category. You also have people who in the real estate who are looking, let's say, to buying houses, who are looking into buying houses. And then you also have a category of people who are looking into buying land. So they're not interested in buying houses or building on them, they just want to get land. So how you reach to the renters and the buyers is very different. Yeah, so the way you communicate the message to each of those is very different. And a good example also is I like to use Safaricom. Let me see if I can get a good, probably a good video on that. So if you watch your news, you just watch television generally, you will realize the way Safaricom communicates to the normal Wananchi is very different from the way they communicate for their other products, the likes of a home fiber. So the way they communicate the home fiber message is completely different. Even the people they choose to champion those products is very different. So do not just assume, like for you, that my clients are this and this. They could be very, very different. Remember to post regularly photos, videos, blog articles, infographics, and you could also do a live broadcast if you are able to. So now I just want us to have our attention on just a sample of a social media strategy plan. So I'll just show that in the screen and then we can review it together for us to at least just have an idea practically of how that should look like. Okay, yeah, so don't worry, yeah. So this is, okay, all right, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so this is hypothetical group. So this was a group project. So let me just continue. Yeah, so this is an executive summary. So who are they? They are a bank and their focus is offering inclusive financial services. You can see their mission, you can see their vision. Why this is important? This help to shape the direction that the business is taking for everyone. So now I want us to look here. So you can see this is just our content of how this plan looks like. So we have the objectives of the plan, we have the market analysis, we are going to talk about the audience, the tone of voice, the campaign strategy that they have chosen for this, and finally we are going to look at a content calendar, the evaluation, and the budget. So you can see what is the objective, like I say, or what is their goal. You can see the objective is they want to create awareness for their products. So the Bank of Kisumu for products and services. You can see the goals is preparing individual service packages to target sectors or industry. They also want to introduce new products, new financial products, and they also want to expand their e-banking services. So they also want to champion their e-banking services. So they just want generally to create awareness about their business with specific goals. So very, very important to make sure you do your market analysis. You can see for this business, they did their market analysis. They went and looked at the competitors. How are they performing online with regards to their followers? So they went and checked for this competition. You can see here we have Absa Bank, KCB Corp, Stanchart, Equity. How many of their LinkedIn followers, what is their Facebook followers, Instagram followers, Twitter followers, and what is the number of users in Kenya. So for this kind of information, I'd like to know the number of users in Kenya. This kind of information you usually find online. So these are the number of users in Kenya. In LinkedIn is 1.3M, on Facebook is 5, um, on IG and Twitter is as you have seen. So very, very important to make sure you do a competitive analysis. Where are you located when it comes to the bigger industry picture? You consider also look at the services they are offering. So remember, in their um, one of the goals is they wanted to champion their digital product. So they went and looked at competitors to find out which of these our competition have digital products. Remember, online banking is different from having a digital product. I see that is why you can only see here in this category, you only have KCB and PESA. And what is the number of users? They have seen there. So the rest of the banks did not have the digital product. So now, at least this will help you to know the kind of people or how the market looks like. You can see they have also continued their competitor analysis. All right. You can see they have also continued there. So this is the products they are offering. So you can try to put here your products. You can see they're offering savings, they're offering bank assurance, ATM, money transfer, internet banking, transactional, and etc. So these are the products that they are offering. So why is it important to know? I will, when I reach to the content, you'll be able to understand why it's important that this was here. So from their findings, what did they find? That if they are to do marketing and their marketing to have impact, they should emphasize on the brand authority. So this way, if they focus on brand authority, they'll be able to appeal to the clients, yeah, that are on top of the competition so far. That is why they went to do their competitor analysis. And you can also see there are also important findings. They also found out that they need to offer better services with relation to their competition's vision and mission statements. So that way, so you need to do a competitor analysis for your clients just to see, rather your competition, to see how are they performing online, so that you also find out which approach of my social media do I need to take. So don't just go and post and you have no idea what you're posting, you're just posting on your groups. So you can see they decided they know who their target audience is. So their target audience is registered customers who are covering the different regions, but they want to target especially those ones who are in Kisumu. You can also see they also looked at they want to target the different registered customers who are using social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So you see, yes, they are a bank. They're not targeting anyone who is 18 and above. I've talked to a number of you, and when you ask them who is your target audience, they're like anyone 18 and above. No, you need to understand who exactly is your target audience. So you can see here, yes, is a person above 18, but they are self-employed or employed, or they have a business, a family business. They use mobile banking, or they use different platforms. So those are the people they are interested in, or people who are interested in online shopping and money transfer. So you need to sit down, check who exactly is your target audience for your products. So for example, let's say you sell diapers, not all women are ideal target for your products. Probably you'll be selling to a few mothers, and a few dads. But even the mothers, like you want to target the specific age group that mostly are childbearing stage. So you not want to just target any woman 18 and above. Very, very important. I hope we are taking notes. So what campaign strategy have they decided to work with? You can see here, they have decided they will do videos, but for their videos, they want to work on enticing people to, that is the direction they want the videos to take. So they want the video to entice people to work with this bank. You can see they plan to do a bit of blogs in social media as well. You can see how to attract. They want to put the likes of call to action, or landing page so that somebody goes and read further, or social media endorsements. So in terms of engagement, they have decided to engage just using social media, and just to also extend a bit of influencers should it be necessary. So you need to sit down and see, okay, I want to put videos out on my social media page. What kind of videos do I need to put? What message should they communicate about the business? Yes. So that way you will help that even the videos that you are putting on your social media site, you have a goal that you want to achieve. So once those people have, let's say they have read your blog, what do you want them to do? You put in a call to action button. Do you want them to buy? Do you want them to read further? Do you want them to visit your website? So what exactly do you want them to do? I think in my previous class, I discussed tone and voice. Very important as a business to know which is your brand voice and tone. So you can see here, they have decided they're going to use authoritative terms of successful and commanding. For example, if you're selling products such as, for example, money transfer, you do not want to sound like a joker because that is a big deal. So also they want to be nurturing, to have a nurturing voice so that they're supportive and helpful to the people who come to them. Okay, my ATM has a problem. I went to your bank, I was not helped. They also want to be reassuring. So also define what is your brand voice. And I know we talked about this in our last class. How do you determine what your brand voice is? So very, very important. And then, so now you have seen the direction that they have taken in terms of defining their campaign strategy. You remember their goal, the main goal was to create awareness. Then they have done competitor analysis. They have realized for them to appeal to the clients, they need to look like a brand leader, so that way the clients they can be able to beat their competition. Then they have gone ahead to design which kind of content will they use. You can see they have decided they will use blogs, they will use videos to try and entice people. They'll have call to actions such as visit the website or yes, they have that information. So now they have come to the content calendar. Remember, content calendar can take any structure. It could be an Excel sheet, so it's not necessarily the one that I will share. But this is just an example I wanted to showcase. So you can see in their content, they have decided here the content pillar is pay bills. Remember when in the products that they were offering, remember I talked about that. I will show you why it's important for them to put their products there. So part of the products they were offering is, for example, money transfer. So here, the content pillar is targeting on paying bills. What format have they decided? They have decided for day one, they will be posting image. This is the caption they will put here, and this is the caption they will put here. This is the call to action bit they will put, and which platform have they decided? This one will go to Instagram. They have decided, okay, for money transfer, they will use Twitter. You can see here they have decided this one will go to Twitter. They have a caption for it. They have a mass image for it, and then they have whatever message they want to project, which is money transfer. So this one, the content pillar has been determined by the products that they are offering. Let us look at another example. You can see here the content pillar is open an account. So how does that help them? So they put an image. So the image should try to talk to people to encourage them to go and open an account. So you see they put a caption here. They have decided this one will go to Instagram. Then finally, there's also another one here in terms of asset finance. They have decided this one would best suit for Twitter. So like I said, sometimes there's sometimes you could be attracting different kind of audience on your different platforms. So now, even when you are posting content that is relevant to that clientele that you are attracting. So this is just a bit various examples. Yeah, you can see, yes. Just the examples of the content that they plan to use. And then finally, here, if they want to buy image by media buying here, this is what the budgets that they have put here for Instagram, for Twitter, for Facebook, for LinkedIn. Then how much total is that? And then I just wanted to look here at evaluation. So guys, we are not just posting on social media, we are not just we need goals or what we are working towards. You can see for them, they're saying they want at least 50% new followers or likes on social media. So how will they track conversion? They say the conversion is on their call to action activity. So if they decided that today they are posting on opening an account, how many people clicked on the open account call to action? So on the day that they are championing money transfer, how many people clicked on that? And then also they're working with at least increasing the new clients by 20%. And then also on the daily engagement that they are receiving online. So it's just a brief, and probably yes, if you have a team, you could use that. But if you only have an individual or you are the one doing everything, that's also fine. And lastly, all right. So this is just an example of how you plan. Probably it could take a different direction, but I just wanted to just give you a bit of a structure to help you in your social media strategy. So that is just a sample of a strategy. So let me see questions coming in. Let me see questions coming in. Yes, I know you guys today you are getting information overload. Information overload. Yeah, but it's important that you are accountable even in your marketing activities. So even as you are working, I'm sure today you're going to sit down and try to think through. And I know right now you are going also to appreciate having your DMS around to just help you know what to do when it comes to social media. Yes, so that is why you need a plan. And just to run through quickly what I've talked about, yes, you need a plan. What should your plan include? Number one, know the audience that you are working or championing to. If you have different platforms, know what kind of content will appeal to the clientele in that specific platform. That is number one. Number two, okay, what is your goal? Is it to create awareness of your brand? Is your goal to get conversions? What is the goal that you are trying to champion on that platform? Remember, the goal is what will help you to determine even the kind of content that you want to put out today. You could decide on Monday, I just want to be doing brand awareness on Monday. So on Monday, I am putting content out there that speaks about my brand. Tuesday, I want to do conversions. So on Tuesday, I'm putting content that has conversion and has a call to action to it. So that is it. Do I want my clientele to visit the website? Do I want them to buy? Do I want them to call me? What do you want your audience to do? All right, and then after you have decided, remember also deciding on the channels. I said it's very important. If so far you have not done anything with regards to your channels, number one is choose the channels that at right now you think would work for your business. Work with one, post at least 3 months. 3 months would be able to give you enough statistics to know what is working or what is not working. So if you have zero experience whatsoever, or probably the last time you updated your profile was in 2019, just before COVID, or 2020 January, you need to put your plan in action right now. So after 3 months, you'll be able to get at least sufficient data to know which platform is working. When are those people online? Because let's say you know your audience is usually online on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays. So you want those days when they come online, they're able to see your content. If you realize you've been posting videos and posters and let's say infographics and people are tending to like, let's say, infographics and videos more. They're interacting with that a lot. Now you will learn, okay, so this is the kind of content that brings me the most engagement. So if I want to have success with my content, this is the kind of content I should be putting out there. I'm still waiting for questions. I'm still waiting for questions to come through. Yeah. Anyone, if you have a comment or a question, just put it in the comment section. When do you make a Google ad? Can you pause it, or it has to run for a month? So like I said, when it comes to Google Ads, you can post them anytime you want. The only exception would be probably, like for example, since you are part of this program, and probably because this program has Google as a partner, so now they stipulate the rules. But now, like for example, the other ones outside the normal packages of the program, you can pause it however you want. Pause it, and then let's say a week, 2 weeks, a month. Then after that, go back and have it running again. All right. Yes. Uh, any more question? Let me see if we have any more question in the comment section. Just before I close in on um, today's class. I hope email marketing, we can do it another time. At least today, let's just have our energy on social media. But let me just run through email marketing in a segment, 5 minutes, and yes. So anyone with a question, I think apart from palm nail polish. Let me share my screen. So now moving on to email marketing, how do you use that for your business? So number one, you need to select an email platform. We have free platforms like MailChimp, so this one you can use to do your email marketing. So part of, let's say, the social media plan that we had, probably your call to action will be signing up. So if you direct, let's say, your client to sign up, they will leave their email address to that. So that could be a way for you to get those leads. Yes. So if, let's say, you're wondering how do I even begin the process, how do I get the leads, like part of your social media could include generating those leads, and probably generating in terms of your potential clients or people who are doing inquiries, leaving you their email addresses. Another way could be on your website, for example. If people sign up on it, they give you email addresses. So that's how you collect the email addresses of your potential or existing clientele. So use the free email platforms for getting started, like for example, MailChimp. So they offer you a chance, let's say, to reach out to so many people at the same time. Remember to treat your readers like VIP. So people who have taken time to subscribe to your email list, they are giving you permission to their inboxes. So give them value for the permission they have granted you. Show some personality in terms of the voice, the tone. If you can have a sense of humor on all important reasons why your customers have signed up in the first place. Keep it useful. For example, if you do decide to be sending those newsletters, keep them useful to your client, because if they don't see it gives them value in any way, they won't even open the email to begin with. Yeah, so that's something to keep in mind. So one of ways that you can have success when it comes to email marketing, you need to segment your group and list for relevant content. I just shared an example of the real estate. So we have different people who are looking for different products. So segment your groups depending on that, and then reach out to them with the relevant content. Keep it simple, and then test it, such as, or how does that look like on mobile, how does that look like on tablet, because potentially they're reading their emails on their phone. So if it doesn't have a good look and feel, they won't even probably if they clicked on it once, the next time they won't look at it. Then you can measure your open and click rate so that you optimize your campaign. So click rate is probably a media that you could use to measure if your campaign was successful or just give you general trends of your behavior. So if you send your mail to 1,000 people, let's say 100 of those are the ones who click through, at least 10%, you will know the click-through rate is 10%. Or how many people did unsubscribe after the campaign. So if you did send content and then you realize after I did share this content, the unsubscription rate really increased, then you need to check on that. You need to check what happened with the content that I shared, what made my subscribers decide they want to unsubscribe. And then how many signups have you had since the last campaign? Are your subscribers increasing? Is your list growing? Or do you need to make your content more interesting or relevant to your customers? So that is how, just a few tips on email campaign. So this day, let me look through again, see if we have any comments. Okay. All right, I see we have a okay, there's a time Lynn told me about website and what happened. We were to behave more against us. Not sure I do understand your comment, Javan. Probably that is directed to your DMS. Okay, so I guess you'll pick that up. So Stephen is saying you're following and you're learning from Nakuru, very relevant information for your business. I am glad that you find this training worthwhile for your business. So just to recap today, I know we are going to work on our strategies. When it comes to social media, now that at least we have an idea of what goes where. So if you completely have no idea of where to begin from, you could just go online and download some free templates to just give you a guideline on where to get started. You'll be able to get some nice templates, just do a bit of research here and there, and you'll be able to get some nice templates for that. And lastly, just to remind us, we have a free bootcamp available from Google. Like I said, it's a week-long bootcamp, and you'll learn so many things on it, from business strategy to funding. Like today, personally, I was on the bootcamp, so yeah, today we were learning about funding. Yeah, so very important as businesses. That we become all-round business entrepreneurs. Listening to the topic, indeed, thank you, Gladys. I am glad to hear that. So at this point, then we are social. Yes, that we've just been talking about social media. It would be a disservice if we ourselves didn't have a social media presence whatsoever. So next steps, if you want to learn, go to learndigital.withgoogle.com/digital skills or courses. And then we are social, like I said. On Facebook, we are on Digital Skills for Africa. On Twitter, we are on Digital Skills AF. And on Instagram, we are at Digital Skills AF. My moderator will share all of that in the comment section. And at this moment, I just want to hear a feedback from you. You need to update your profile, absolutely. Remember, you have support from your DMS. It'll be able to help you with that. Okay, yes, Dan from Nishati Prime, listening from Kisumu. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dan, for joining in. So at this point, I just want to hear some feedback. How has the session been for you? What have you learned? Probably where do you think you want to implement? And probably which area do you think you need more support on, so that I know which topic I am going to have a conversation come the following weeks. So just share your feedback with me on the comment section at this moment before I close in today's class. All right, so share with me, how are you feeling so far? Was this beneficial for you? Which area do you think you need to we need to put more emphasis on explaining.
Okay. All right. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was actually on mute. I apologize for that. So I'm just saying that share with me your feedback on how the session has been. Which area do you need us to put more emphasis on? And generally, just how you feel about today's class. And then we can be able to close the class after that. Yes. So I'm just waiting for two comments and then I'll close the class. So, Quinta. How has the session been for you, Gladys, Dan? We have palm nail polish. We have Joe. We have Pamela. We have Aisha. So, how has the session been for you? All right. Yeah. So, just share with us your feedback, and then we can close in the class. So, guys, thank you so much for joining today's class. Has been my pleasure to host you. I know you've learned and you're going to implement the sections that we have learned. Remember, for you to even learn more is when you implement. When you implement and you get stuck, you'll be able to even know the right questions to ask your DMS. All right. But above all, I wish you all the best in your businesses. See you next week, same time with a different topic. We are going to be discussed. I'm not sure, but I'll just confirm that and you'll be communicated to. Has been my pleasure. Thank you, Brian, so much for being so helpful to me, especially on the comment bit. And goodbye. Have a lovely evening to all of you. See you next week, same time.